about talking to Terrence about it?
I think she'd be nervous because she doesn't know how he's going to react.
Oh, I'll tell you how I'm going to react.
Nervous. And that we're simplifying it, but we can imagine that at that point that would probably be one of the most difficult conversations she's ever had.
She's going to take him to Maury.
What was that?
She's going to take him to Maury.
To Maury. Yeah, they might, she could cash in, I guess, on the situation. Okay. All right, let's move to Alex's group. And we're going to look at good old Terrence and answer some questions about Terrence. So, Alex, question. The first part of the question says, when Terrence learns about Angela's pregnancy, how do you think he will feel?
Afraid.
Why afraid?
Because you don't want no kids, especially with this girl. Like, I'm not even sure about it. You know, just stick it in one time. Hit it and quit it.
He had a hit it and quit it approach, and he got her pregnant. So now he's stuck in this situation, and now that's the fear that he has.
Yeah.
I was not planning for this. We're going to get to this in a second, how he could have avoided that situation. But what's another, is there anything else that you wrote down on how he might feel?
No, I just think he's going to be afraid. I can tell you what he's going to say to her.
Okay, yeah, so that's the second part of the question. So now Angela walks into the room, sits down with Terrence and says, Terrence, I'm having your baby.
Like,
what do you think his response is going to be?
I'm going to say, you sure it's mine? You know? And I would ask for a paternity test because I don't want to end up on the Maury show, and I got that written down too.
He would be unsure. He would ask for a test. What else? How do you think he might feel? In the response that you might give her.
Like she's probably a hoe, you know. She give it up so easy to me. She's giving it up for free.
Oh. That she.
I watch Maury. I know. I see it all the time.
Might be sleeping. Or how about that she might have multiple partners?
He called her sleazy.
I mean, that's not funny at all, sir. I don't want to report you to the principal.
I'm going to report you to the principal now.
Alright, so let's move on to the last question. And so again, we're going to get to ask you first, what could Angela and Terrence have done to prevent this situation? What is the most effective way to prevent pregnancy?
They could have always worn a condom. She could have gotten on the pill before having sex, and then abstinence.
Okay, wow, that's very good, very detailed answer. So a condom, and what did we say about a condom?
Always wear it, every time.
Every time.
Correctly.
Correctly.
Every time correctly.
Not the same one.
Not the same one. They don't turn it inside out. That's a no-no.
Don't poke holes in it.
What was that?
Don't poke holes in it.
Don't poke holes in it for breathing or anything like that. And you said abstinence also.
And the pill.
And birth control. I.e. pill. And what would we call this if they're doing both a condom and a birth control like the pill? What do you think we would call this? What?
A double whammy.
Double protection. Maybe not double whammy, but double protection. I think double whammy would be a bad thing. Double protection here would be
I remember that game.
a good thing. Dual protection. So, using an effective method of birth control in addition to using condoms correctly every time provides dual protection against both HIV, STDs, and pregnancy. And using both condoms and birth control correctly, bless your heart, makes the chances of pregnancy very small. Now, I want you to know that pregnancy although we, as young adults, may think it may not happen to us, it does. And statistics show that it happens. So you need to be aware of these preventative measures so that you don't become part of that statistic.
I know, sir. I watch Teen Mom.
It's an interesting show. I'm not going to say anything good or bad about it, but certainly there's some teachable moments there where you see that it was very easy to have that one night of passionate romance, but that takes about, they don't even, that takes one evening, and then from what you see from the show, there is worlds and families and lives that are affected in many ways, positive, negative, but all based off of one thing. So we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up now, and we are going to close it out with your decision and your limits. And that's the last thing on the agenda, your decision and your limits. So we want you to have your best chance at achieving your goals and dreams, and one of those ways is to avoid pregnancy, to avoid STDs and HIV. And so we are going to chant this message every single time, that abstinence is, in fact, the healthiest choice, and that teens who have sex must use condoms and birth control correctly every single time. And these are two specific ways and two specific methods that you can utilize to help being in that situation that Angela and Terrence were in, or that, what was our other couple, Joe and Crystal were in. So at this point, what I want you to do is take that index card that you have with your goals and dreams, flip it on the other side, and what I want you to do is you're going to write down your decision on which of the two ways you will avoid STDs.
What's going on, sir?
And or pregnancies.
Late.
Hey, how's it going, sir?
Lesson.
Mr. Ruiz, good to see you.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I don't have a pass or anything, but,
Hey, you know what? You caught us at the last minute, but next
makeup
week,
session.
I want you to be here.
Makeup session, I will
Next
be here.
class. You're going to be, and because Alex was answering, he was pulling low today. And I need you to help him out, man. Help,
Sorry.
look, reach, Alex, reach your hand out. Reach your hand out too. That's how it's going to work.
Romance.
There you go.
Romance style.
What do you mean pulling low, sir? I had good answers. I want to be on the Moore show to get a fraternity test. So
But I'm
embarrassing shame.
110% you're the baby's daddy.
All right, so that being said, we're going to go ahead and close. I do want to let you know that I'm very happy that you made a decision. It is very important that you make that decision and that you take action, that you stick with that decision. And what you're doing right now is you're setting limits and you're setting boundaries, and you are preparing yourself for the future, for achieving those goals and dreams. Because if you don't, failing to prepare is going to put you in a situation where you're preparing to fail.
Oh, that's that moment right there.
So we're going to close with that. And if anybody has any questions when the bell rings, you can feel free to ask me. Okay? Bing! There we go.
Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate it. Did a great job.
How's it going?